Have you ever had your heart do a complete flip? Not from happiness, but because life decided to throw you a curveball you never saw coming. That's exactly how I felt last Sunday. My son, the one I raised with every ounce of my love, came up to me with that nervous smile and said, "Mom, I'm getting married." I felt my chest tighten with excitement. I imagined flowers, laughter, a beautiful wedding, all the things a mother dreams about for her child. But I had no idea that the person he was about to introduce as his fiancée would completely turn my world upside down. Forever. Let me start from the beginning. My name is Mary, but in our neighborhood, people just call me Aunt May. The woman everyone goes to when they need advice, a cup of coffee, or someone to just listen. I was married once, to a man I thought I would grow old with. We had a son, Ryan, smart, kind, with a mischievous grin that could melt your heart. But life doesn't always go the way we plan. My husband and I, we drifted apart. At first it was small stuff, little disagreements, arguments about money, choices and priorities. Slowly, though, the distance grew into a canyon we couldn't bridge. We divorced, and I stayed behind to raise Ryan on my own. Alone, yes, but never without love. I poured everything into him, his meals, his homework, his dreams, even his little heartbreaks. I was mother, father, coach, nurse, and cheerleader all rolled into one. And you know what? He turned out amazing, smart, compassionate, ready to start a new life. But I never imagined that his new life would bring my past crashing back in a way I never saw coming. It was a sunny Saturday afternoon. Ryan came home, practically buzzing with excitement. I could tell he had something big on his mind. He cleared his throat and said, "Mum, I need to tell you something important. I'm getting married." I laughed. I hugged him. I jumped up and down a little. Of course, I asked a million questions. Who, when, how, where. I pictured a small, beautiful backyard wedding with close friends and family. A wedding where I could finally see my son start his own life. Maybe even let me feel a little peace in my heart. Then came the line I'll never forget. He said, "Mum, I want you to meet her today." I thought, okay, a casual meeting. Coffee, some pastries, a little chit-chat. Nothing serious. But nothing could have prepared me for who walked through that door. She smiled, a polite, friendly smile. But my heart, it just stopped. Because standing there, with her hand slightly raised as if to greet me, was my ex-husband's new wife. I froze. I couldn't speak. My mouth opened, and all I could manage was, "Wait, what?" Ryan, totally oblivious to my internal panic, said cheerfully, "Mum, this is Mia. She's my fiancée." Every beat of my heart screamed. How? Why? Was this some sick joke? I looked at Mia. She looked calm, happy, polite, unaware of the storm she had just walked into. And then I realized the truth. My past, my ex-husband's life, had collided with my son's future in a way I never imagined. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to cry. But I also wanted to be the mother Ryan needed. Because let's be honest, this isn't about me anymore. This is about him, my son, the boy I raised to be kind, strong, and compassionate. I remembered the nights I stayed up, worrying if I was doing enough, wondering if I was ruining his life by raising him alone. I remembered every sacrifice, every skipped dinner, every late-night tutoring session, every lonely moment. All so he could have a life full of choices. And now he's choosing. And his choice is Mia, my ex-husband's Mia. I didn't want to hate her. I wanted to welcome her. I wanted to smile. But inside, a storm was raging. Ryan noticed my silence. "Mum, are you okay?" he asked gently. I forced a smile. "I'm okay. Just didn't expect this," Mia, noticing my discomfort, spoke softly. "It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Mary. Ryan's told me so much about you." I nodded. My throat felt dry. I wanted to ask 100 questions. How long have they been dating? Did Ryan know about our past? Did my ex-husband know? But instead, I took a deep breath and said, "Thank you for coming. Let's sit. Want some coffee?" Inside, I was calculating, questioning, remembering every memory with my ex-husband, every laugh, every fight, every argument that ended in divorce. And now, she's part of my son's life. I remembered the first time I met Mia. She seemed sweet, kind, the type anyone would trust. Back then, I never imagined that someday my son would bring her home as the woman he wanted to marry. I thought about Ryan's childhood, how he always looked up to his father, even after the divorce, how he inherited traits from both of us. And now, he's grown, making choices that are entirely his own. Choices I can't control. I remembered friends warning me, "Mary, life has a way of surprising us. Be ready," I laughed at them. But here I was, living proof that surprises can come in ways you'd never expect. Then, something unexpected happened. Mia spoke softly, almost whispering, "Mrs. Mary, I know this must be hard. I know it feels awkward, but Ryan loves both of us. You as his mother, and me as the woman he wants to spend his life with. I don't want to replace anyone. I just want to be part of your family." A lump formed in my throat. Tears threatened to fall. Here was this young woman, not a threat, not an enemy, but someone who was trying to build a bridge, not a wall. And I realized, life isn't about holding grudges. Life isn't about the past. It's about moving forward, loving, accepting, and sometimes letting go. I looked at Ryan. I saw the boy I raised, the man he has become. I smiled, truly smiled. "Ryan, I'm happy for you," I said, my voice shaking. "And Mia, thank you for being honest with me. I think we can make this work." Mia's eyes shone. Ryan grinned, and for the first time in years, I felt peace. I realized something that day. Life doesn't always follow the story you imagine. Sometimes it gives you a plot twist, and sometimes that twist leads to a happier ending than you ever dreamed. So, if you ever feel like life has betrayed you, remember this. Every ending is just the beginning of another story. Every tear you cry prepares your heart for joy. And as I tell you this story, I want you to know one thing. Love isn't about who comes first, who hurts you, or who leaves. Love is about acceptance, understanding, and the courage to open your heart, even when life surprises you in ways you never expected. Because sometimes the person you think is an enemy, a stranger, or a reminder of your pain can become the person who completes your family in ways you never imagined. This was the story of the day my son told me he's getting married and introduced my ex-husband's new wife. I hope it touched your heart. and reminded you that life's tears are just part of a bigger story.